Hey, Juju Six Checking, and today I want to talk about hype in games and how we kind of hype up games so much that they can't live up to the hype. And for a couple of games, I want to talk about Thief, Wolfenstein, Titanfall, and Watch Dogs, the quote unquote biggest letdowns of 2014. So let's get into it. Let's start off at the top of the list. Let's start off with Thief, and then I think goes Titanfall, Wolfenstein, and Watch Dogs. So Thief was your reboot, and I'm always expressing this on reboots. If you are going to make a reboot, look at all and okay, let me rephrase that. If you're going to make a reboot primarily narrative story driven game, then you have to do two things. One is make sure your story is great. Don't fuck up on the story. You are buying a single player game, spending $60 to $50 on a single player game experience. Make sure the story is something that you'll remember and will affect you for years down the road. That simple. Not that that's simple, but you guys get the point. And two, it's a reboot for a reason. Take out all the bugs, game-breaking mechanics. Listen to your fan base. They will be happy. Then they will give you the funds in supporting to make maybe another game in the reboot, like the second Tomb Raider. The first Tomb Raider reboot that was released in like 2011 or 2012, that one game of the year. I think it was 2013 actually. I mean, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. It got a good response from Square Enix and the other people that produced the game. It was a good game. I've never played a Tomb Raider game before. Then I played that one, and yeah, the story was weird, but my friend said that's normal. So, I mean, that's weird too, because I watch so much anime and stuff like that. I can kind of expect the weirdest things, but when a girl becomes like a sun god or something, I don't know, that's just weird to me. So, Thief, overall, I heard the game story was shit. It made no sense after a while. And the gameplay wasn't that fun, and the stealth wasn't that great either, which it's supposed to be a sneaking game. I mean, it's called Thief. Wolfenstein. Oh, let's see, how can I put Wolfenstein? I felt like it didn't really fit into this generation of gaming because just the mechanics felt old. Like how you have to go in and pick up health and pick up ammo. It's just not an auto pickup, so the game felt a little dated. If it was never released in 2010 or 2011, it probably would have done better. And that's the same thing I have for Titanfall. Titanfall didn't have enough weapons. The maps were great, Titans were fun, but didn't have enough weapons. It only had 3 Titan chassis, and weapon wise it had like 2 rifles, 2 assault rifles, 1 LMG and 2 SMGs, a revolver, semi-auto, and an auto pistol. And I mean, there's just not much content to that game, and that's kind of why it bombed. And it's easy as fuck. Let's put it that way. It's just easy as fuck. And Wolfenstein, though, I felt like it just didn't come out in the right frame of 2014. And like I said, 2013, 2012, I would have thought it would have been a better release. And like I said about Thief, if you're going to make a primarily single-player game with no multiplayer, which I highly suggest that people add multiplayer so your game stays relevant on both YouTube and online, is for Wolfenstein, they needed to have a great story and hit it out of the ballpark. I heard some people like the story, and some people are really turned off about it, like me. After we had like a sex scene within like the first 2 hours of the mission, and it's like, oh, this girl, she took care of you. Oh, I love you. Let's fuck. Like, it's just like meaningless sex. It was like on that real nigga shit for a second. I was like, what the fuck? So we had just kind of an unnecessary sex scene, but I'm past that. I'm past the jailbreak too and all that stuff. And I might do a review on Wolfenstein, but overall, I'm not impressed by the game. It just feels really dated, and I don't know if people spend $60 on that or Titanfall. Now to the big daddy of games, Watch Dogs. Ooh, this game has been in development for God knows how long, and I'm getting really mixed responses from the community. 2 of my friends really liked it. Some YouTubers I know hated it. Other friends that I have liked it. But what I'm ultimately getting from Watch Dogs is it's your regular Ubisoft game. If you want to get your entire map, you have to go and get some like radio tower and take a leap of faith or go down on it. And that's what I experienced in Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. The driving mechanics suck. I heard the side missions are good. One of my friends said the missions were good because you're doing something different every time. You don't feel repetition in the game. And that's good. It's good to keep the game fresh. And I heard the story was good. But somebody said that the main character, Aiden Pierce, had like a Batman impression. I don't even know what to think about that, but that kind of makes you want to buy the game because if he goes around going like, I'm Aiden Pierce, like, if he just goes around doing that, I will buy the game and enjoy every second of it. But like I said, the driving sucks in the game. That's what I heard. And it seems like the game is being criticized for the wrong reasons. I mean, I heard the gameplay was fun. I heard it felt like Splinter Cell Blacklist. Uh, and Aiden Pierce, just like I said, he's an alright character on some people's opinions. Personally, I think he's. Mm, I don't really know. I mean, seeing what gameplay, story trailers, and stuff that I have seen, it seems a little interesting. But overall, all of these games, they're all in the same category because they've been hyped, and now I don't want to say they're basically dead, but they're basically dead. So that's about my thoughts on all this overhyping stuff. If we just stop looking at gameplay trailers leaked and we stop getting so into the drama of the gaming industry, like Phrase for Second or Resolution 2, then I'm sure we would enjoy games more and go in with no expectations. Because when you go into a game with no expectations, you won't be let down. Your expectations will just adapt, and you'll enjoy the game from there on in. Anyways, that's about it on my hype for 2014 in gaming. I hope 2014 ends up fixing itself, because this year so far has been the year of hype. No, 2014 has been the year of delays, hype, and Wolfenstein. So overall, tell me you guys' thoughts on all this hype stuff and my thoughts on all these games. And if you played any of the games like Titanfall, Thief, Wolfenstein, and Watch Dogs, tell me what you guys thought about them. Am I being too what's the word I'm looking for? Am I being too critical on these games? Oh yeah, I'm not talking about Watch Dogs graphics. That's more corporate stuff that we'll never hear of. Maybe until like a year or so later. And it was about UG6 checking out. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at UG6____. Subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.